Pulse 95. Between local lines, notes from the Emirate.
Everybody, good morning and welcome back to the Morning Majlis. And we are gearing up for the 6th edition of the XPOSURE International Photography Festival. It is set to start its week-long run tomorrow, and will present more than 55 world-renowned photographers coming here to Sharjah to host exhibitions, talks, workshops, and so much more. And in line with that, we're absolutely delighted to have with us here in the studio Alyazyah Alghfli. She's the Executive Marketing and Promotions at Sharjah Government Media Bureau. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Well, there we go. We get you mic'd up
Thank
first,
you.
and there we go.
Thank you for coming in. And let's start by talking about the theme for this year's XPOSURE. It's quite unique this time.
Yes, absolutely. First, thank you for having me here. Sharjah Government Media Bureau launched the concept of XPOSURE in 2016 as an international photography festival that we hoped and aimed for it to be an annual feature in the calendar of professional photography and to everyone who likes photography. For us, there's no specific theme we follow every year because XPOSURE, it combines a range of photography events including exhibitions, workshops, seminars, competitions, and screening for photography and filmmakers. But I can put it this way, like this year's theme could be an organic extension of last year's message, which is we love photography. So, yes, Sharjah loves and celebrates photography. To us, it's a world of imagination, a world of culture, a world of everything around us. So, we really want to celebrate photography and invite all people to do that with us as well.
Exciting times indeed. Now, I've got to ask you this. You're an executive for marketing and at the projects department for the Sharjah Government Media Bureau. We've seen 6 years of XPOSURE. It's the 6th edition.
Yes.
Talk to us about how it has become so popular. It must be something that you guys are very, very proud of.
Absolutely. I can proudly say that XPOSURE in this field is the most important photographic event of the year. And I believe it's not only important and big in Sharjah, because it's an international festival that brings the world's best photographers to you here in Sharjah. So in a couple years, people are starting to talk more about XPOSURE, and we were really happy to receive hundreds of requests to be on the festival from all around the world. So we are really proud of that. As you said, really happy.
What's pretty cool about it is it's free to attend.
Yes, it is.
Why is that?
For us, it's a celebration. And we want everyone to be able to celebrate that with us. XPOSURE works with school and university students, families coming from all around the UAE to Sharjah just to attend this festival. So for us, we just want everyone to be able to be there and enjoy it with all of us, like photography and filmmaking, galleries. The only thing we have paid is workshops, and this is just because we have limited seats, and that's it. Because if it was open, we will have and workshops also, it's it comes in different levels. We have for amateurs and very advanced ones, and we want trainers to be able to focus with a certain group in 2 days, because also the periods are relatively short.
Right.
Yeah. So this is the only thing we have paid. Other than that, everyone is welcomed to be there.
And everyone's become a photographer these days, isn't it? Now, we've all got our wonderful smartphones with 40-megapixel camera, whatever that's coming out these days. Talk to us about how everyone's become technically a photographer and how this passion is so popular amongst the youth, because, everyone wants the perfect Snapchat. Everyone wants their airbrushed images on their pages. Talk to us about how has photography become so popular at the moment?
It is exactly what you said, Abdul Karim. And this is something we always say, everyone is a photographer nowadays. And social media has encouraged that in so many ways. all of us, we have our own galleries in our social media accounts, like we use it as a documentation for our memories, our different phases in life. So it's your own, everyone is creating their own galleries. And I think photography is a language that is understood by everyone, so everyone can relate from all generation. And somehow this is creating like a very it's a common ground between all generation. Like everyone can enjoy a good gallery. So I think social media and the common language of all of them being able to relate to a certain image is the thing.
Yeah, I was checking out the website exposure.ae and I found some breathtaking photos underwater, sea creatures.
Yeah.
Can you tell us some more about that focus for the event as well?
Absolutely. The thing is, I think you're talking about the introduction to scuba and underwater photography, the workshop we have. Yes. As you mentioned, guys, earlier, I was listening to you coming to the show. The workshop is a part of a bigger event that we are a part of a bigger message that Exposure is presenting this year, which is the opening of the Conservation Summit, the second day of Exposure, during Exposure. So our main objective is the summit, and the message is saving the oceans. It aims to bring all people together to preserve the environment as we all should have like a part of it. So Exposure is trying to be part of that with it's not only one workshop. We have a couple of workshops, a couple of sessions, all discussing and even private presentations from very important like people in the field and experts. So they are all will be there, and it's all under the saving the ocean message we are carrying this year through Exposure.
It's wonderful to see that, isn't it? So that we've got the big summit. We've also got a minister joining us, Minister of Climate Change and Environment, and that's something to look forward to during that talk. Now, I've got to ask you, from your perspective, how are you feeling about tomorrow? Are you nervous, excited, relieved?
I'm very excited. We cannot wait to welcome everyone. We are really excited. The Exposure environment is very friendly. Photographers are walking around. They are very close to their galleries, stepping out of their workshops, talking to fans, open to questions. It's a very fun and inspirational place to be. Attending talking groups, and there's a lot to do. Like you guys should, for me, it's the perfect way to plan that. Just go to exposure.ae or even our Instagram account and just pick up your favorite photographers and your favorite sessions to attend. And it's very clear. The full agenda is there with timings and places and whomever will be there. It's very easy to go through. So I'm very excited.
and for the general public as well, would you say that this is an event that would cater to just about anybody, regardless of their knowledge of photography? Can you tell us a little bit about what the general public can expect by attending this, even if they don't know anything about it?
Absolutely. Every year we have like people stepping to the Sharjah Expo Center asking, can we go? Like they're very hesitant on the early years, but no, it's really we have families coming on Fridays with their kids, with their mothers and fathers, and every time I just make sure to ask everyone leaving, the same person who was like hesitant to enter, I just want to talk to them, and they are very happy, and they had a good time. It's like a good 2 hours you will spare for the weekend that you know for sure you're gonna enjoy it. So it's open for everyone.
Amazing. So now, and I could be one of those people, shout out to them, who's just driving down Oruba Road and Other 8th Road and listening to this conversation and thinking, tomorrow sounds like a good plan to go over. How much time should they dedicate to going to Exposure? And what's the best tip of making the most of Exposure for tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely. As I mentioned, the website is always a good idea to go through, and I think for a normal group of people who are not like really interested, because we have people coming for for the full 4 days. Now it's 7. We extended.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 7 because every year it was 4, and people kept requesting. These are the people who are really interested in photography, and they want it to be longer, and they kept asking us, just can you please make it a week, because we have people coming from Abu Dhabi, Oman, Saudi, and from all over, and that's why it's 7 days this edition. So I think it depends on what you want to do there. If you're coming to workshops, you'll be there every day. If you're coming to enjoy, you might come once or twice, like during the festival.
Amazing. And do you have a camera yourself?
I have
your phone.
This
there
is
we
the best
go.
camera.
Yeah.
Your iPhone.
Because I am
Easy
very
to carry.
interested in. I used to have cameras like during college and university, and then
do you see this a
the
lot by
phone does it all.
Professional photographers using iPhones? I see that a lot.
Yeah. And they keep every time they ask us and we talk about our phones, they say it is a legit.
There you go.
It's a legit like photography.
You got the approval. Yeah. There you go.
There you go. So even if you're just into phone photography, this is an event for you, because you're not going to feel left out at all. Well, Alyazyah, thank you very much for joining us
Thank you
this
so
morning.
much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, such a fruitful discussion as well. We hope that you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to catch this as a podcast, you can do so on Apple Podcast and SoundCloud. The Morning Majlis shall take a bit of a breather, let you enjoy some of the musical entertainment as you collect your thoughts and plan your day for exposure tomorrow. But remember, you will need the green Al-Husn status on your application. So that means a PCR test of about 3 to 4 days is also okay. But if you're double dosed, it is valid for 14 days. If you've also got the booster, it's valid for 14 days. Rules keep changing. But it's all important to have the green Husn status when you plan to attend exposure tomorrow. We'll be back after the news headlines.
If you liked this episode of The Morning Majlis, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.